Hey everyone, Chaos Giga here, and in today's episode we're going to get started on our automatic farm. You might notice that I've started growing carrots instead of potatoes in the farm back behind me, and that is simply because we are going to try to make an automatic carrot farm later on in the season, or the series, if you will. Back here, yeah, that's where we're going to be building a pumpkin farm, an automatic pumpkin farm, and an automatic sugarcane farm. So to get this started, I went ahead and cleared out all the old farms I had out here. They were just the ones I'd have to come out and manually farm. So there was a sugarcane farm here, then there was a pumpkin farm here, and the mobs could obviously destroy that because it wasn't protected, and that's why we want to make an automatic one. Besides the fact that I get annoyed with coming out to having to farm it every single time the crop grows. So this first one we're going to build is going to be the sugarcane farm, so we're going to line this up. So this first block here is where the crop is going to be at. It's going to be growing on this block, the dirt block. Right back here will be the light source block, observer block on top of, well, piston, and then observer block on top of the piston, and then behind it we'll have a block with redstone dust on it to let it know that it needs to tell the piston to, well, break the crop. And then the crop will just fall down on this block right here, and down below all of this we will have a hopper minecart just going back and forth. So we'll worry about the hopper minecart portion until after we've built this first section here. So what we're going to need for this is we're going to need obviously some glass blocks. You can use solid blocks too if you really don't care about seeing what's going on. I just like to use glass blocks so I can see what's going on in the farm. 10 sugarcane, a couple of normal rails, a hopper minecart obviously, a bunch of hoppers to go underneath this hopper minecart so we can actually drop off the stuff out of this hopper minecart a little bit quicker. I think about... Either way, you're going to need 12 rails. So basically, I'm going to split the rails up with 2 regular rails. So you'll only need, I guess, 10 of these powered rails and then 2 levers to make sure that it's powered at all times. And that means the hopper minecart is constantly driving back and forth. Now you can set up a system with a comparator which will stop the minecart, which could stop the hopper minecart from moving whenever it's loaded or got something in it. So you don't only have to worry about using one hopper and then one hopper minecart, and that would definitely protect you from lag on a server. But since we're in a single player world, we don't really have to worry about lag. You're going to need some sort of solid block, so like stone or something. I'm going to use polished andesite just because I can. And you're going to need a light source block. So I use jack-o'-lanterns obviously because they're the early game light block and they're just the easiest one to get in the entire game. I do like the sea lanterns, but jack-o'-lanterns have been my new favorite just because they're the easiest to come across, because pumpkins grow a lot faster than, well, farming for the prismarine stuff for the sea lanterns, of course. And hopefully maybe eventually in the future we'll get to find a guardian farm or guardian temple so we can go in there and try to build one of those in this single player world. You're going to need some observers, so 10 observers, 10 redstone dust, and 10 pistons. I've got stacks of each for right now just because we're going to be building 2 farms obviously, and we'll get to the pumpkin stuff later. But basically I want to build a pumpkin farm with 12 pumpkin plants for now. I can always expand it up because it's going to be built upwards. And obviously I'm going to stick with 12 for now until I get slime farm, so that way I can have sticky pistons. And the reason why we want sticky pistons is because it prevents those pumpkin blocks from getting shoved across the water flow block down below onto the solid block across. Oh, it's dark! Alright, I'm back. So totally lost track of time there and got attacked because it was nighttime out. But that's okay, we're in fully diamond out gear. Eventually I'm hoping to go back to the nether when I've got plenty of TNT and stuff, because I'm going to be building a creeper farm at some point in time. Special note, I will be building a wall over that way at some point in time, a solid wall of like stone or something over that way so you guys can't see exactly what I'm working on. But I'm going to be working on an industrialized concrete farm, blast chamber, and basalt/cobblestone generator over there, and that's going to be my own little project for myself. I know you guys have seen all those things in my realm, so there's no point in me doing more build videos on those, so I will do those in my own spare time, and I will keep all my build items over there and not in the storage warehouse. I'll keep it separate from all this stuff that we're doing in these videos here. Quick note is that the server that I've joined, the community server that I've joined, they're not going to update right away to 1.16.2 because of all the stuff they have on the server that they have to go through one at a time and adjust for the update. So I'm going to try to do a video on that later today using the 1.16.1 launcher, so that way I can actually, it'll just be in vanilla. It won't have my resource pack that I'm using right now, which is pure BD Craft. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Okay, perfect. Put a solid block on either side of this. Alright, I'm going to go through and do a stair in front of each one of these because this is going to be our water. And I don't have my water bucket. I'm just so unprepared. Okay, got the water bucket. What we're going to do here is just dump it in there, then we're going to go get another one and come right back. Okay, so we dump this one here. No, dump it right here. Then the one in the center becomes the infinite block. I don't know why I keep forgetting that for some reason, but yeah, it happens to the best of us. Alright, and I'm going to do that so that way I have more. So now we got an infinite water source right here going across here. I'm going to cover this up with glass. So there's our first block there. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some more andesite blocks back here because this is where our light source block is going to go on top of this. Except for there and there. Just keep building up these sides with the block. Okay, so let's go ahead and swap the water bucket out for the jack-o'-lanterns. These are one of my favorite early game farms to build. Usually in a realm or server I will start out with this, but I will do it on a smaller scale, so like 5 maybe, because that'll be enough just for me by myself. And then when I get to the end game I'll destroy it, so that way I won't be causing lag in the server or the realm, and I can make an industrial sized farm, which requires minecarts going maybe 3 times during a loop. So they'll get sent off with a signal, redstone signal, by the flying machine. So now we need our observer blocks. Nope, not observers, pistons. Don't know why I keep doing that for. And we set them on the second block because obviously sugarcane only grows 3 tall. Now this system, whenever one of them gets to be 3 tall, it'll set off all the pistons. So if you want not to set off all the pistons, you'll put a block in between each one of these. So skip a space and have a sugarcane in there, and so on and so forth. And now, for this, put a solid block right here. Now I like to leave the space down below open, and I'll put torches down there to light it up. So that way, if something goes wrong, I can get down in there and fix it. Switch out the pistons for the observer blocks. What the heck, horse? Get out of here. I want that facing forward. And now the redstone dust back behind here. So this is going to connect all the farms together, all of them together. Okay, and we're just going to go ahead and build that up. One more. You can do a quick test too, obviously. Just place a block in front there, and yeah, it should set the whole thing off. So it's working just fine. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and place down the sugarcane. Just like so. Come across here and glass all this up. And then I'm just going to run glass over the top like so, just so I can conserve some blocks here. Alright, now all we got to do now is set up our storage system down below, which is also going to include the minecart. And I think we're just going to fall off the backside here, because another reason why I wanted to build this up against this right here was just so I could be able to climb up there and fix things up on the top too. So just makes it easy. And of course those pumpkins, those jack-o'-lanterns, those are going to light this up back here, so I really don't need these torches back here. That's kind of overkill, but we're just going to keep them back here just in case. And I think we're going to dig in from this side over here. So I'm going to grab my shovel. I'm going to go ahead and dig this out and show you what I've come up with after that. Alrighty, so I dug down about 3 deep here, with the exception of the stone blocks down there. If we have to take them up, I will. But right now we're just going to worry about setting up the system to send off the minecarts. So I left that block there for a reason. I'm going to go ahead and destroy that now. So this is where we'll be putting a lever, and then on the other side we'll have to do the same thing, like so. And now, let's do another dirt block down there. We're going to have to set up, this is where the mine carts are going to be. Get out of here, villager. What are you doing down here? Don't follow me. So this is going to be where the mine carts are, and the track will be setting up on top of hoppers, which will be running down this way into the chest. So let's go ahead and fill that in. There is definitely something wrong with that horse. But okay. And I'm going to be filling this back in too whenever we get done here, because we don't want this minecart out in the open where we can have mobs and stuff seeing it, whatever. Because obviously mobs aren't going to spawn on they can't spawn on the tracks or hoppers. So first off, let's just go ahead and set up the hoppers. So we'll put a block down there like that, and then we're just going to face the hoppers into one another by holding shift and clicking them into one another until we get to there. So that's where we want to stop. Now we'll put another block down here, so let's just do that, make it one of those, and then we can actually need to take this one out too, I believe. No, actually I need that one there, and then we're just going to place our tracks down. So this is where we'll put the normal rails. And we'll put power rails in here. 4, 5. Okay, perfect. So that's 12 rails right there. Go ahead and place the hopper minecart down. Get rid of that block. Alright, so the chest is going to go right here. So let's go ahead and get the chest laid down first so we can figure that out. And I'm just going to leave this space over here open so that way, in case I need to break this and get in here because of a mob or something messes up the system, we can get in there and fix it. Okay, so place one in that one, place one in that one. And that is the catch system done. Okay, so now put these on here like so. We're going to go ahead and power that one on. You can see the rails turned on there. And turn that one on. If we wanted to, we could throw something in there and see what it does. As a matter of fact, let's just throw something in one of these throw some dirt in there. And voila. So most people are afraid that if you put one of these levers on top of one of these hoppers, on a block on top of one of these hoppers for the power rail, it's going to lock this hopper. That's not the case. It's going to turn on this power rail and that's it. So you're not going to have to worry about it locking this hopper. It'd have to be on the side of the hopper only. Get out of here. Get out of here. Man, I'm about to kill this villager. I hate villagers so much. They're not smart at all. Alright, so now I'm going to fill all this in and do some decorating out there, and then we'll move on to the pumpkin farm. Okay, so that's about the extent of the decorating I'm going to do for right now for the entrance to this. Eventually I'm going to probably use trapdoors to cover all this up on the top layer here, so that way I can cover this lever. I think that lever's taking up the space below, so I'll probably raise this up with some, like, another layer of blocks or something like that, so another layer of andesite up to here, and then have a doorway maybe. I don't know, I'll figure out something for this, but that's not the finalized version of the entrance to the storage, but I want to make sure that that's safe. As you can see, it'll take a while for it to start growing, but once it does, it starts to go crazy and it'll make a lot of sugarcane real quick. It doesn't matter which block you place it on, it will grow the same speed. It's just, it takes it a while to adjust to the setting that you put it in because of the light levels and all that stuff. I'm gonna go sleep real quick, I think, on my bed I got out here, and then we'll start on the pumpkin farm right here. Okay, so now moving on to the pumpkin farm. This can also be used to grow melons as well, so watermelons. The first thing you want to do is dig out a 9-block long space, and the reason why we want to do 9 blocks is because 8 blocks is for the water flow. The 9th block at the end is where our hopper is going to be at, which is what this water flow is going to push the crop into, so we want it to push it that way. So I'm going to grab some more water real quick and then we'll come right back. Alright, so I went ahead and made a temporary infinite water source block right here. I could have made a 4-block one, but oh well. I just grabbed out a center and go from there. Now this bottom layer, we do not need to make the waterlogged staircase in the middle like I normally do. So we'll have the pumpkin plant here, right? Yeah. And then the waterlogged staircase would normally be here. Then we have another pumpkin plant right here, which would grow onto this right here. So let's go ahead and place our glass block in the center, like so, because that'll just cover the waterlogged staircase. And then we're going to use observer blocks for the pumpkin plants. And obviously this golem is going to get in the way. Go figure. Just like so. And then right here on the other side of that observer block, we are going to use our pistons. Now I prefer to use sticky pistons because they'll kind of hold on to the block and then release it when it gets to the end here. Regular pistons tend to just shoot the blocks, or the destroyed blocks that they make, pumpkin blocks that is, just launch them, so they can sometimes land in the water like you want them to and sometimes land across the way. So that's why I like to use sticky pistons instead. And then there's designed by Wattles, where he uses staircase, or not staircases, but fences, fence walls in the center here, and it allows the pumpkin just to fall straight down, which we could do that, but I'm eventually going to trade these out for the sticky pistons in my other, worlds that I've done. So now we're going to go up one more glass block on both of these real quick. I'm going to place glass on top of that and that. These golems will get out of the way. That's why I'm going to like my industrial area. I'm not going to have anything in my way. Alright, and I've decided I'm just going to do the 4 plants for now. I will eventually build this up when I've got sticky pistons. And I've really already got enough pumpkins to make jack-o'-lanterns for what I have left to build for now. So I'm just going to stick with the 4 for now. So this is just going to be a miniature automatic pumpkin farm for now. And we're going to do the same thing we did over there. We're going to build a wall over this, like so. Okay, so this is where the light source blocks will come into play. We're actually going to put them right over the pumpkin plant, facing inward. Kind of like that. That's what I like to do. I like to make the face inward. So this will definitely light up the whole area and also makes it show the plant will actually grow. Before we get too far here, let's go ahead and place our polished andesite. Oh my goodness. Go away, dude. I don't need an iron golem right now. I'm not in any danger. Put them on the back, like so. If he'll get out of the way. This is why I kill iron golems. I don't keep them alive. Now we need our redstone dust. It's 2 redstone dust per each one. Okay. Now, we'll grab a hoe. The seeds. We're gonna need our bone meal too. It's gonna activate the pistons, obviously. Alright, I'm gonna sleep real quick. Oh my goodness, we got another baby villager and he's coming straight to my bed. Yeah, you just jump for joy, little guy. Jump for joy. Okay, so now we're gonna bone meal these guys. Fully grown. It'll speed up the opportunity for us to get pumpkins out of this. Then we're going to close all of this. So basically what we're going to do first is I'm going to grab some glass blocks. Now I'm going to leave this space right here open because we can stack on top of this. So right in this area right here, I'd place a waterlogged staircase. So we're obviously going to have to put like something in here. To prevent the water from going everywhere. So basically what I do in this point is I would just put another solid block in between each one of these on each side. And then now I can put my staircase facing me, put a solid block here, and that'll keep the water from going anywhere once we fill in both sides too, because obviously we're going to have dirt. You'd have a farmland block right here, so you place your dirt first on both sides. You want to have 2 dirt blocks. For now, we're not going to really worry about that. So in this middle section, I'm going to put a glass so I can see what's going on with the harvest. Then I need to put my glass block over top of that too to prevent it from flying upwards. So now that is it. That is basically the first level complete. Another reason why I want to wait to build any more layers on this is because I like to put bamboo back in this slot here on both sides. Bamboo scaffolding, that's what I should say. Put scaffolding on the back side of both of these so I can climb up to each layer and build it as I go, or as I need to. And this is stackable all the way up to the build limit. So literally you can have a gargantuan amount of pumpkins being farmed at once. And again, this right here is gonna take a while for it to adjust to the light level and everything before you start seeing some results of anything growing. So like same with the sugarcane, you know, it's each plant's growing very slowly at first, but once the machine has gone off at least once, it won't take it very long. So I highly recommend AFKing for at least 3, 4, maybe 5 to 6 in-game days. in your house somewhere or something. And there's my bamboo growing right now. I need a lot more so I can make an industrial sized bamboo farm, because we are going to have an industrial sized bamboo farm. Let's just face it, because I'm going to need a lot of scaffolding for a lot of builds, and I think that'd be the best bet to feed my super smelter, because the one I have in the server that I'm in, it does the job, but at the same time the bamboo just it eats through the bamboo so fast. I need an industrial one to just to do what I need it to do. So now we're going to work on the storage system. So I'm going to go ahead and dig down here real quick and come back. Okay, so we dug down a little ways here. I'm going to place the double chest first. And I'm going to show you why here in just a second, because this makes it easier, in my opinion. So we got 2 double chests. And this is what I usually do in my single player worlds. Just 2 double chests is all you're really going to need for everything. Come back up here, we're going to place the bottom one facing into that double chest, and then this one right here. Now, for the top of this, I'm going to place some glass blocks. We already got our first pumpkin. That was cool. So I'm going to place glass blocks, because obviously we can still open a chest that is under glass blocks. And then on top of all of this, so these 3 sections here, I'm just going to place trap doors over this. That'll prevent any mobs from falling down in here, or iron golems or stuff like that from blocking the path. And they can just walk right over this, so we won't have to worry about any of that stuff. You could also put glass blocks just going across here if you really wanted to, but that is basically it in a nutshell right there. Basically, I just wanted to show you guys exactly how I built these, and this is the exact size of these automatic farms that I make now for the pumpkins and watermelons. They're the exact same design, exact same setup, and like I said, they're tileable all the way to the build height. So I mean, you can literally have 4 per layer, so 4 times well, that's a lot. It's a lot, let's put it that way. And if you really wanted to get extreme, you could do 2 towers of each, so you could have 2 towers of pumpkins and 2 towers of watermelons. But like I said, I'm just going to leave this at the 4 for right now, the 4 bottom ones here, until we get sticky pistons, because I do want to replace these with sticky pistons, just because they won't shoot the pumpkins so far across this right here. But right now we'll see how well these regular pistons do, and then I might just change my mind and use regular pistons. But I mean, there is a chance for loss. There's I think it's a 5 or 15% chance for loss. I can't remember. There's somebody that did the math on all this. But so far we've already got our first pumpkin, so I'm happy with that. I'm going to go make some trap doors and stuff to cover that all up with. Okay, I've fully decorated both of the entrances to the chests. So basically all we got to do is lift up a couple of trap doors. If it gets too dark, we can just stay down here and wait, or whatever, or need to hide from something, but that's basically what we've done for this one. It also just prevents villagers and mobs from climbing down in there. I also put trapdoors up here because I noticed that these guys like to climb on things, so it'll prevent them from falling down in here, or any mobs from falling down in here, including villagers, because villagers are just dumb, let's face it, and destroying the crop plots I have down there with pumpkins on them. Eventually, when I build this up into a tower, I will put a roof on it with some lanterns on the top. The roof will actually be half slabs, which I've done before. It'll be the fireproof wood, though, when we get that far. But so far, this is what I have for the entrance to it. And this is not the final place I plan on putting this, but it looks like we've already got several pumpkins already. It's starting to creep up there. It's already been about 4 in-game days and nights. So I think I'm just going to AFK for a while, get the farm situated, and I think that's going to do it for today's episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's basically the simple starter automatic farms that I make, so I can just AFK somewhere. So like I'm going to go inside my house and just AFK in there, and let these things do their jobs here. You know what? The next episode we're just going to build the barn, because we need the barn. We really need the barn. Reason being is so I can store my crops. Yeah, you guys really suck, you know that? I'm just going to go ahead and kill him, because once they get trapped in there, it's kind of ridiculous. But we're going to build the barn, because we really need to get that going so I have a place to store the crops. especially when we get the automatic carrot farm going. And then when I build this into an automatic farm setup, I'm going to have to expand it by 1 block so we can put a block in the center to prevent the the farmers from seeing each other and all that. I don't have to do very much terraforming for that. I'll just have to move it over 1 block and pick up the cobblestone, move it over, and then reshape that a little bit. But I think that's going to be the next episode. We're going to work on building a medieval style barn. I was thinking about using concrete, but it's kind of early for that, so we'll just start out with a medieval barn, kind of like the style of that. I haven't really decided exactly how I want it, but I'm going to put the animals in this section of the barn, and then we'll probably have the barn come out to about over here, and we'll have a storage section in it. So it's going to be kind of an L-shaped barn, if you will. But I'll come up with a plan for that. But definitely the next episode is going to be building the barn. Super Smelter is going to have to come after I find a slime chunk in my mine. So that'll probably be next week, just saying. Because all I got to do is really look up a slime chunk and then decide from there. But I've been kind of putting it off, and I need to just get down in the mine and look for it. Because there is a slime chunk over there, I know that. But again, if you guys are enjoying these episodes, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you are notified whenever I post a new video. I am starting to play Final Fantasy XIV as well as Guild Wars 2, so be aware I might be doing some videos on those at some point in time, but I'm also planning on doing videos, more of Minecraft videos, on the server that I'm in and this right here. Peace out. I'll catch you later.